Good evening, esteemed guests and fellow intellectuals. Welcome to today's discussion on the imperative topic that resonates deeply with both academia and industry, bridging the industry-academic gap. As we gather here, we embark on a journey to explore innovative solutions and collaborative strategies that can reshape the landscape of education and industry integration. Joining us today is a distinguished guest whose expertise and insights has long been recognized in the realm of academia and industry alike. Welcome, Mr. Vishram Bapat, a visionary leader renowned for his groundbreaking contribution in bridging the gap between academia and industry. Please, Mr. Vishram, I want you to briefly introduce yourself before we kick off with the questions.
Thank you, Gloria, and thank you, Barbara. I will start with Indian way of greeting. We say namaste. Okay.
Namaste.
Yeah. So, which means that I bow down to you and I respect you. Okay, that's what it means. So that's how we started. And the my brief introduction is, I basically am an electrical engineer. I'm now a senior citizen. I have graduated almost 30 plus years back from a very renowned institute here in India. It is called Indian Institute of Technology. So just to give a quick idea, most of the CEOs in the world, all the tech CEOs who are from India, they are from my institute. Okay, so that's a short introduction. And after I graduated, I started my own business in computer services, as well as manufacturing some hardware equipment. And I've been running this business almost for 30 plus years. I have two companies, one which is involved in software and one in hardware. And in the process, we used to employ many people. We have on our payroll more than 100 employees. And we used to employ many fresh graduates from universities. And that is where I got my main experience for the topic of today. We used to get fresh graduates and we used to train them, and we used to face a lot of problem that we take fresh graduates, we train them, and then they leave and join some big company. Okay, so we almost started becoming like a training institute, but the benefit of that institute somebody else used to take. So we thought that this is a real problem and we have to find a way of getting out of this problem. So we thought of very different methods of, correcting this problem. And that is how I got close with the universities and academia, and we partnered with them. And that is how we solved this problem to a great extent. And this is the way my entry into academic space. And because we used to recruit many fresh graduates, the universities used to call me as the industry expert there. And they used to ask me to, conduct examinations or give some guest lectures. And that is how our association, grew up day by day. And finally, we got connected. We signed MOUs with them for academic research partnerships, or for training programs, or for internships, and that's where how I am today. Okay, Gloria.
Well done, sir. Amazing. You have great profile, sir. All right, we're going to just kick off to the questions. The first question I have for you today is, what strategies and academic institutions, what strategies can academic institutions implement to foster stronger collaborations with industries, thereby enhancing innovation and bridging the gap between academia and industry? Did you get my question?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. this is what we are focusing into. So how can the academic and the industry have a stronger bond between each other? So what I feel is the academic should consider industry as an extension to academia, and there should be a seamless transition of students who are graduating out of universities and getting into the industry. So this transition should be seamless, and this is where the problem comes. Because the environment in the university is totally different compared to what is required in the industry. Uh, in the As of today, I want to slightly digress from the topic. You are seeing what kind of things are happening in the US in the university. The students, instead of going to the college, they are doing all kind of politics. So this kind of things cannot work in the industry. That students have so long as they are in the college, they can indulge in all those things. They can be in politics, they can do sport, they can do so many things. But once you are in the industry, because industry, they has to earn revenue, and they cannot allow the employees to get into these things. So this is how it's important that the transition from the university to the industry has to be seamless. And how that can be done is, uh, the industries can have internships, like our institute had. There were summer internships, there were mid semester internships, there were we have introduced what is called as sandwich courses. I don't know whether you have heard this term, sandwich courses. So if it is a 4 years undergraduate course, what they do is, the first 3 years they have to attend the college, and in the final year, the 6 months they spend in the industry. Okay. And in the industry, they spend the full time they spend in the industry, and then when they graduate, their evaluation is done by the industry. So before they get their graduation degree, the industry input is most important. So what happens in this, there's a double benefit. The industry gets these students for 6 months without any interruption. And at that time, the students, because they are going to be evaluated by the industry, they work there seriously. Okay. And they don't carry the college kind of behavior into the industry. So it is a win-win situation for both. What industry does is, they get these students which are almost graduated, they have finished the course, they get them almost at zero cost, or almost very, very nominal internship stipend, or we call it stipend. So some small amount has to be paid, and in that time, in the 6 months, we can get maximum output out of them. And then, if in the 6 months, if they do well, then we can even offer them placements. So the transition becomes absolutely seamless, that they don't know when they finish the college and when they join the industry. So this is what we did. We asked the institute to start a sandwich course, and we especially, there is a university here which is a women's only university. Okay, you may find it different, but that university caters only to women students, and that university has all kind of courses, right from engineering, management, law, home science, fashion technology, then cosmetics, everything. They just name it. They have all kind of courses. So we have tied up with that university because, as I told you personally, my passion is towards women's education. So we encourage a lot of women candidates who join us. Finally, they are interning with us for 6 months, and if they do well, then they join us also. So that is the pattern in which we have been working, and so far, touch wood, uh, things are very good. So far, we must have employed maybe over 50 or 60 girls from these institutes, and then they graduated, and then they joined us. They stayed with us for a couple of years, and then they are somewhere else. So that's how it is. Does it answer your question, Gloria?
Yes, a lot. This is amazing. Well done. I can see that your company or your organization is doing a lot, and this collaboration is really helping. That's the intensive, what's it called again? Yes, internship and other programs that they run immediately after school, which is just like a passage between the school system and the workforce. So it's really amazing. It's amazing. All right, my next question is,
Yes.
how can industry professionals contribute to academia in a way that enhances students' learning and prepares them to real-world challenges? I think in the first question, you've given us brief response to this, but maybe you can expatiate here.
Yes. So I will add to it. As you rightly said, I have already answered this question partly in the against your first question, but I will add to it. In addition to the internships which we are offering, we have been doing a lot of joint projects with the academia. As in, what happens is, especially in the field which we work in, information technology, IT, there is a lot of attrition rate. People, they keep on jumping jobs. Okay. Even for slightly higher salary, they keep on, the commitment is not that they the world, I think. Keeping and retaining a good employee is very, very difficult. So if there is a big project which we have taken, and uh, there are certain skill sets which are required, and then many times almost the employee, I don't want to use the word, but they may sometimes even blackmail you, that they keep on threatening that no, I want to leave, and then they will ask for a raise, and then all kind of things happen. So what the industry has to do is, for any project, if there are some key people with key skills required, they have to keep redundancy, they have to keep additional people, okay, which adds to the project cost, and then the project can become unviable. So for this, what we have done is, we have again used the path to the industry academia partnership. Okay, so what we do is, we have tied up with the universities, and any project which we get, we do it in collaboration with the academia. Okay, so what happens is, uh, many times the academic universities, they have very big laboratories, they have faculty, and they have students also. So if we engage not the students, but we engage the academia for the project, then we get the whole package deal, okay, which includes faculty, experts, from different fields. Like, there may be faculty available from mechanical engineering, from civil engineering, or from automobile engineering, which is difficult for us to employ for short projects. So do you get it, that we engage the academic institute as our partner, delivery partner, and do the project in collaboration with them. So we use their laboratories, we use their faculty, use in the sense we partner with their faculty, and even the students. Okay. I think something happened in between. Anyway, so as I told you, there is uh, the partnership is between the industry and the academic, not with any person. Okay, so irrespective, you get a whole pool of people to work for you, without the fear that somebody will leave the job, somebody will quit, or something like that. I can tell you, we did some very big projects in the last few days, maybe last couple of years. We have done projects including making of a satellite and launching that satellite. Okay, along with the space agency here, we did a satellite project along with the institute. That is, our industry got the order for the making of the satellite, and then we partnered with a institute, and that we used their laboratories. They had very good laboratories. They had very good staff. You know, we are from information technology, so we have experts from IT. But while making a satellite, you require people from mechanical engineering, you require people from metallurgy, all this. So it's very difficult for us to employ all these people. If you partner with the academic, then all these people are available to you as resources. So you see this way, the not only the bond between us and the academia got better and better, but we could deliver in time. We got a huge amount of resources, including the not only the people, but including the laboratories, the equipment, everything. So this is what I think uh, is a benefit, how the industry professionals can contribute to the academia by assigning them projects. The industry can take projects and share it with the academia. This is what I feel this. Yeah.
Thank you for your amazing
Gloria.
response. Thank you very much. All right, my last question, the third and the last question is, what initiatives can be taken by both academia and industries to ensure a seamless exchange of knowledge, resources, and expertise for mutual benefit and innovation?
Okay. So here in India, we have every institute is supposed to have different councils, or this cells, we can call it. So there is a innovation cell, there is a entrepreneurship cell, and there is a incubator. Then there are accelerators. They are all housed inside the academia, and many times this is funded by the industry. So extending to what I said, uh, the earlier question, we said it was project specific partnership, but we are now not making it project specific partnership. We are broadening the scope of the partnership, that we work together as a collaboration, or as a team together, and together we seek projects also. But in the process, what we have to do is, if you can put up that one slide, I'll tell you what I have in mind. Just one slide which I have, if it can go on the screen.
Okay, I should share it. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
can you share that?
I've enabled screen
yeah.
share, so you can share.
Okay, I'll share
Or
it.
if you want me to share it, I can also do that.
Yeah, if you can do it, I'll be, I know, I'm
Okay,
not
let
very
me just do
familiar with
that.
Zoom. Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the screen. So what happens is, the main problem with the academia is that as I told you earlier, two questions also, the students who are in doing their undergraduate courses, they are not industry ready. Okay, they are still in the college mindset. They may be experts in their subject, very good at writing software, or very good at technology, but industry needs something more than just the academic knowledge, and that is this list which I have got. I have put it up here. So first thing is industrial best practices. Just to give an example, uh, if you have to use a power socket, there are certain standards which are required to the color of the wires which are used for the neutral and for the positive and for the ground. There are certain color codes which are required: red color for the positive, the green for the ground, and blue for the negative terminal. This is just an example. So they don't teach those things in college. Okay, they just say, okay, this is a power supply outlet and this is what has to be connected. But what is the industrial best practice is, you have to use certain color codes for certain applications. So these are not taught in the college. And when they come in the industry, they will use any color wire for any purpose, which is not okay. So this is one point. Other is the quality standard. Now I have seen that the students are not even aware that what is the meaning of quality. Okay, if I ask somebody, what do you mean by quality, what do you mean that something is good quality, they are not able to answer, because quality is something which is of a very relative nature. Okay, if I ask somebody that if there is a car, a car or maybe a refrigerator or even an air conditioner, what do you mean by that car is a good quality car? Does it mean that it gives good kilometers per liter? Is it a good, or what does it mean? So for every person, quality may have a different meaning. Like somebody may be looking for a very fuel efficient car. So for him, a car which gives more mileage is a good quality. But somebody who is going to use it for racing, for him, how quickly the car goes from 0 to 100 kilometers, that is a good quality. It doesn't care about fuel consumption. So uh, there are quality standards like ISO 9000. So they don't know what it means. Okay. So we have to tell them that what is meant by quality and how do you make sure that you give good quality, quality equipment or maybe goods to the client. The third is business communication. The business communication, I think everybody nowadays uses WhatsApp. In the college, they have all kind of short, codes which they use, and they even when they go to the industry, they still. So there are certain business communication standards which we have to follow, so that when you communicate with the client, you have to very clearly inform him or without any ambiguity. So how to do business communication. The third is workplace ethics. Maybe if there is a dress code or if there is timings, if you have to attend at industry at if you have a meeting at 10 o'clock in the morning, if it is a university, the students, they are very casual. I remember when we had to tell them that okay, come for a meeting at 11:30, they will come at 11:45, 11:50. They don't realize how important it is. So telling them how important is time is very, very important. So that is workplace ethics. Then the coding standards. The coding standard in the sense that when you write the software code, there are certain conventions which we have to use, certain ways of indenting, the kind of fonts which you will use, the color of the text which you will use, so that whatever documentation you have done and you leave and somebody else takes it over, then he has to understand what you had in mind. So that is another thing. The fourth is the regulatory standards. Regulatory standards, as in if you are developing some communication equipment and then you are using particular frequency, whether that frequency is allowed in your country or not, that people don't know. There are certain regulatory standards. Like we had a project based on drones. So uh, we had some surveillance system using drones. So once you are using drones, now the regulatory factor comes in, that there are drones are allowed in certain areas they are not allowed, but they are not aware that what is the regulatory, what is the government specification, that where you can use drones, what time you can use drones. So they have to be told all those things. These things they don't teach in college. Then the safety procedures. Safety procedures is not only personal, but safety of your colleagues or safety of your workplace, how you lay the wires, how you can somebody can get a burn, somebody can get hurt by if you leave the systems in, and then if somebody get hurt, then there will be big problems. So what are the safety procedures? If there is a fire, what to do? If there is a leakage of water, what do you do? All these things in industry, they are very, very important. uh, yeah, I think Barbara, I think we'll thank you for being with us, Barbara, and hope to see you again soon sometime. Okay,
So sorry that I have to leave.
no
I wrote
problem.
something in the comments in the chat, so I really appreciate the invitation. Thank you, Gloria, and thank you,
No
Mr.
problem.
Vishram.
Yes,
Thank
It was
you,
very
Okay.
interesting to be
Barbara.
with you.
thank you.
And please
Yeah.
read what I said in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, thank
So
you.
I'm sorry.
It's
So
okay.
Okay,
thank you
let
and
me
bye.
quickly.
All right,
And
bye. See you.
the session.
Okay,
Okay.
Bye.
all right.
Okay. So I'll continue with that. So safety procedures, as I told you, safety is very important. You may do some amazing project, but if in the process, if somebody got hurt or you spilled water into something or you damage some equipment, that's very important. That has to be the safety standards have to be very clearly spelled out. And so again, this list which I am telling you, this is the thing which they don't teach in college, and this is the thing which industry needs the most. Then comes the liabilities. Okay, Liabilities, I will give a very simple example. What I mean by liabilities, like you may make very good coffee, or maybe if your product of your company is good coffee, so you may make very good coffee, and then the clients may be very happy. But I don't know whether you have heard of a case from McDonald, the food outlet.
Yeah.
There was a case that there was one lady who bought coffee, or I don't know, tea or coffee, and that hot water got spilled on her, and she got burns. Okay, and then she filed a some very big liability suit on McDonald's that your coffee damaged me. So just making good coffee is not enough. You have to make sure that you are insured.
Yes.
You make sure that nobody is hurt in the process, because there will
Exactly.
be huge liabilities which will be created, and
Yeah.
that liability may make you close down your company. So
Exactly.
that coffee example was just just for to emphasize, but it is true for any software which you develop, or any app which you develop, or any equipment which you develop. Yeah, if you are developing some equipment and using that equipment, if somebody got hurt, then you may face huge liabilities. So you have to be made aware of these liabilities. Then there are other standards like pestle. uh, I don't know, I don't want to, if I will talk on it if there is some time left, because this will take a little more time. Then the next thing is predictability. Okay, we require in the industry people to be predictable. Between two type of people, one is somebody who is very efficient person, and but he is unpredictable. Like he when he's there, he does fantastic work, but I don't know when he will just take off and go away for 4 days and doesn't appear again. Instead of that, if I have a person who is slow at work but he is very predictable, I know guaranteed that he will definitely attend. He will not take off without informing. It's like the story between the tortoise and the rabbit. Okay.
Yeah, yes, yes, I
So,
get that.
so we like tortoises because yeah, yeah. Okay.
Slow
Then
but steady.
there are other things like environmental concerns. Yeah.
Pardon?
Yes, Gloria, you were saying something.
Okay, I said slow but steady.
You were saying something.
Yes, can you hear me?
Slow but predictable.
Yes.
Yes, I can. So I
Okay,
was saying slow but predictable.
okay.
He's predictable. Okay, I know that he will what to expect from him.
Mm.
So that is very important for the industry. Being predictable is very important.
Mm.
Then there is the environment. Okay, ROHS. So this talks about uh, uh, the uh, the recyclability of the equipment or the services or whatever you make. Like if you just take uh, I am just showing this mouse. Okay, this is
Yeah,
made out of some material.
yeah.
So when you make some equipment, you have to even document that if when it goes bad, what is a safe method of disposing it or recycling it. Okay, that is the today environment has become very important, as everybody knows.
Yeah.
Okay, because environment every day, because of climate change, I think uh, I don't know what is happening in Nigeria, how things are, but here the summer is so hot this year. I
It's
can't tell
actually
you.
very it's actually very hot here in Nigeria. You know,
It's very hot.
our weather is tropical. We have tropical climate condition, but whenever the weather becomes very hot, it goes to the extreme. Yeah,
So that is what, and why this is happening is because we are not taking care of the environment. We are
exactly.
yeah, we are creating toxic waste. We are creating
Mm.
the processes which have effluents or poisonous gases being in the manufacturing process, or
Yeah,
how much carbon footprint you are generating. So all these things these days are very important in the industry, because sometimes you may have some fantastic products, some fantastic services, but because of the government regulations, you may have to close down the industry because your process is such that it is creating toxic. And the last one is recycling and safe disposal of waste. Okay, this is also very important. Just to give an example, if there is a let's say remote or for the air conditioner or for the TV or whatever, there are battery cells in that. And then suppose they go bad, people just take out the old battery and then put it inside, and the old used battery they just throw in the dustbin. So this is not acceptable. There is, for everything which you are going to dispose, there has to be a documented disposal method, that this is how you are going to dispose of waste. So it could be a battery cell, used battery cell, or it could be a damaged cell phone or a damaged laptop computer. You can't just throw it in the dustbin. Okay, there has to be a standard way of disposal, because this disposal can cause harmful damage if it is put in the garbage. So all these things they don't teach in college, Gloria. So this is the first thing which, when somebody joins, I think they have to be told to the student that these are the things which you have to follow. Otherwise, you may make fantastic products, but because you are not complying to all these things, your product may not go to the market. Okay, so this is about and then I will briefly touch that PESTEL and SWOT. I think SWOT everybody knows: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. But PESTEL many people may not know. So PESTEL stands for PESTEL. So P stands for political, E is environmental, S is social, T is technological, E is economic, and L is legal. So these 6 parameters you have to know very well when you are in the industry. Like first, I will just briefly touch. P is standing for political. What may happen is you may have some product or services or some technology or innovation which you have done, but that is because there is certain political party in power. Tomorrow, if the because of the political party's policies change, new government comes, and they may not allow you these things, then your whole product technology becomes a waste. Okay, so you have to develop something which is politically neutral, irrespective of which political party comes into power. You have to make sure that your product does not face any extinction from that point of view. The next is E stands for environmental. As I already told you that you have to comply to environmental standards. And if you have developed some product or services in which, 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I told you, PESTEL, political, environmental, social, then technology, then economic, and L is legal. The last one I will quickly tell you: legal. You may unknowingly you may infringe on somebody's patent, and then he may file a lawsuit on you saying that you have copied my. So students are not even aware of these things, so we have to teach them. So I think I have to quickly wind up, and hope you had a fruitful session. If you have to quickly ask something before we close it, you can ask, Gloria.
Okay. I don't have anything to add, but I'll just say that I've learned a lot today. What you've just shared with us is just amazing. You know, there are some things that we educators don't know. You know, collaborating with with the industry, you know that you are creating students, you are building up students that will move on to the workforce. So we need to that collaboration is very important, and that is what you are doing. It's just amazing. Yes. Thank you very much for what you do. So this internship program
Thank you very much
that you are working on, I really love that. It's really a very good way to, you know, it's a kind of a passage from school to workforce, you know. So the students will not feel the impact of leaving school and moving on to working immediately. So it's amazing. So I want to thank you.
Yes.
I want to thank you so much.
Seamless experience.
Yeah.
Seamless experience. Yes.
Seamless experience,
Yes.
just a smooth passage. Thank you very much. So as our
Yes.
intellectual exchange
Thank you.
today draws to a close, let us reflect on the insights gained, the ideas shared, and the commitments made. So remember, the bridge between academia and industry is not merely a structure, but a symbol of our collective determination and innovation. Thank you very much, Mr. Vishram. And I hope to meet you some other time, because we've really had an amazing time. We'll be having our conference soon,
Yes.
and I believe that if you bring something like this, especially this particular topic, on that day of the conference, a lot of people will learn a lot from it. Thank you very much for honoring the invitation.
It's my pleasure. And again, namaste from India.
Namaste, namaste,
Namaste.
namaste, and see you again. Thank you very much.
Yes, see you again.
All right. So
Yes,
I think
you.
it's
Bye-bye.
night for you. Good night.